ये मैटर जो मैं आपको बोलने जा रहा हूँ, आप इस मैटर को हमारे सॉफ्टवेयर पे टाइप करके आप अपनी मिस्टेक्स को जान सकते हैं और अपने शॉर्टहैंड को इम्प्रूव कर सकते हैं, जिसका लिंक मैंने अपने डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में दे दिया है।
Ready, start. Carrying on business shall if his total sales turnover or goes receipts, as the case may be, in business exceed 40 lakh rupees in any previous year or years relevant to the assessment year commencing on the 1st April 1985 or any subsequent assessment year or carrying on profession shall, if his gross receipts in profession exceed 10 lakh rupees in any previous year or years relevant to the assessment year commencing on the 1st April 1985 or any subsequent assessment year, get this accounts of such previous year or years audited by an accountant before the specified date and obtain before that date the report of such audit in the prescribed form duly signed and verified by such accountant and setting forth such particulars as may be prescribed, provided that in a case where such person is required by or under other law to get his accounts audited by an accountant, it shall be sufficient a compliance with the provisions of this section if such person gets the accounts of such business before that date the report of the audit as required under such other law and a further report in the form prescribed under this section. Accountant shall have the meaning as in the subsection 2 of the section 288 specified date in relation to the accounts of the previous years or years relevant to an assessment year means the date of the expiry of 4 months from the end of the previous year, or where there is more than one previous year from the end of the previous year which expired last before the commencement of the assessment year or the 30th day of the June of the assessment year, whichever is later. Pragmatically, the insertion of section 44 meant that persons covered by the provision must compulsory get their accounts of relevant assessment year audited by a chartered accountant before the specified date and obtain a report of such audit in the prescribed form duly signed and verified by the chartered accountant, furnishing the particulars stipulated in the rules made by the Central Board of Direct Taxes and annex them to their returns filed in accordance with Section 139 of the IT Act 1961. Consequently, Rule 6G of the Income Tax Rules 1962 was inserted. At this chronological juncture, a perusal of relevant material indicates that the objective of the insertion of section 44AB was multifold. Firstly, it was intended that compulsory audit will discourage tax avoidance and tax evasion by allowing faithful reflection of income of the taxpayer and only appropriate claims of deductions. Secondly, and importantly, as chartered accountants can devote more time to examination and verification of accounts than an assessing officer, it was believed that a compulsory audit would save considerable and precious time of assessing officers. Thirdly, it was hoped that proper presentation of income and records in a structured and presentable manner will be facilitated by compulsory audit. Comprehensively, it is apparent that the intent behind section 44AB was not to codify an essential extant practice of the chartered accountant's profession.